So three second-round series have begun, and a home team has lost each one. Let's start with the Boston Celtics, Mike. I'll let you go.
I don't want
They blew a 20-point lead, lost game one, went 15 for 60 from beyond the arc. Just a horrendous performance there. Of the 49 shots the Celtics took in the second half and overtime, 37 were three-pointers, and they only connected on 10 of them. So, with this stat,
what?
Teams that are down 0-2, the best of 7 they just going to win the series 8% of the time. So, game 2 has to be a must-win, but just go off. Just ran about game 1.
Is there a question in here? What am I, a wind-up toy?
Was
it just that the fact that Porzingis didn't play is why you guys lost?
Dude, they're up 20 with 5 minutes to go in the third. F Porzingis and whatever poopy problems he has. What the hell illness does he have? It's the same thing in the regular season. Oh, he's got a infection thing. Played 12 minutes last night, missed 4 layups. They were still up 20 with 5 minutes to go in the third. The problem is Jason Tatum, again, turned into soft-ass garbage. Fourth quarter and overtime, 0 for 7. Hey, Jay, nothing's fallen. Perhaps dribble ball. Use athleticism and size. Get to rack. Shoot free throws. Nah, he looked like a long cane Polly. Rainmakers! The shot selection was ridiculous. Bar none. Most atrocious, disgusting playoff loss of my life as a Celtics fan.
Isn't this how they got there, though? Shooting the threes?
Not 60 of them. Not when it's not falling. Not when there's no ball movement. No. Lazy stat.
I'm asking a question.
Loaded question.
Loaded question.
Loaded question.
No, because the day before, I'm
Cede the time to the senator from Minnesota. You're done.
No, because it's like, Cleveland lost. You're like, they were minus one of their players. They'll be fine. Celtics, minus one of their players.
We're champions. They're welfare frauds. There's a difference. That was awful. Awful. And it's every reason why people hate the NBA. If you watched that last night and you hadn't tuned into the NBA, you go, what? You know what you'd say? I mean, you wasted your life watching that last night.
Well, they got a better game the next game. Okay. All seriousness. Do you feel like Boston can't win this series?
No, they'll win the series. They're just not going to win a championship. Something's wrong with them. And it's more than a hamstring for Holiday or a knee with Jalen or KP and whatever poopy problems he has. Soft. They've been the worst fourth quarter team in the league all
Who's gonna
year.
beat them out the East?
Honestly, they might get to the final and Oklahoma City will take their heads off because OKC plays with a toughness and a fire and they have the talent. I hate everything I see. Next, can we just please talk about something else?
Yeah, we can move over to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who also blew the lead yesterday. They were up 104-95 with under 7 minutes left. But there was a certain strategy that they decided to do under 15 seconds where
fouling.
They fouled twice.
Yeah.
They were up 3, fouled twice.
But you can't foul up 3 with 11.8 to go.
That's what I was going to ask you, because the coach went out there and said, yes, it's my fault. We should not have done the strategy. We'll learn from it. But should OKC be worried now for the rest of the series?
I would say no. I'm not. I wouldn't be worried.
Because of the strategy, they just blew that.
Yeah, they're the better team, and I will be surprised if they lose. I really will.
I think they got to come up with a better strategy against Nikola Jokic.
Well, he got selfish, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
He found a matchup he liked, and he abused it.
Yeah.
And it was a very interesting sight to see with him, because at many of the timeouts, he was very vocal. Haven't really seen that from him in his career.
David, he's the de facto coach. He has a whiteboard out there.
Hey, guys, they can't stop me. I don't care what the play is. Play is get me ball.
Now, someone hand me a cigarette.
It'll be waiting after the game, Joker.
Let's move over to Cleveland, who returned for Game 2 tonight, but who will return for Game 2? They blew the game in Game 1. DeAndre Hunter is questionable. Evan Mobley is questionable. Garland, who missed Game 1 with a sore toe, is still questionable for this game. So are they in real trouble after losing Game 1 with the injuries?
Yeah, I mean, Mobley's the NBA Defensive Player of the Year, but if you're down 3 starters, I'm sorry, you're not winning. I don't trust them anyways. But
no, you didn't. But 0-2, and now you're going back to Indiana?
No, then they're probably dead. Yeah.
Yeah, they would be dead at that point.
I mean, even if Indiana splits, I don't see why they can't go back to Cleveland and just end it right there in 5.
Well, let's preview the other series who has not started. It will start tonight. It is the Warriors and the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves are the betting favorite to win this series, should they be.
They should be, but I don't think the Warriors are without hope. The experience matters.
Yeah. I think that Jimmy Butler has been the difference for this Warriors team. Ever since he's been there, David, their swagger is back. They look like they were just on life support, waiting for everything to fall apart and for Steph to walk in there and say, I want to be traded. Now, all of a sudden, Steph looks like Steph again. He's out there shooting, and Butler is that other guy who, whether he's shooting or driving to the basket, doing all the stuff that, Clay, they miss from vintage Clay, Butler's getting it done. It's a resurgent thing. Now, Minnesota, they took out the Lakers. Remember, it was supposed to be the Lakers and the Warriors.
Correct. That's what the league wanted.
I would say I'm not writing off the Warriors right now because, to me, they're one of the better teams. Now, when they're missing the threes like they did in a couple games, they look like Mike Celtics. But when they're on, they can beat anybody.
So let's move over to the Coach of the Year, which Kenny Atkinson won that award. This is just a question because the Cavaliers previously hadn't won 60 games since LeBron. Last time they won was 09 and 10, and they improved from what they had last year under J.B. Bickerstaff. So did J.B. Bickerstaff get robbed, though, from taking the team from 14 wins to 44?
100%. Look, going from 50 to 60 ain't the same as 14 to 44. It's just not. JB should have won the award.
He should have won the award, but I do wonder, did he not win the award because people view him as a complainer, somebody who's always yelling constantly, and it just gives off a negative image? And when it came time to voting, it was like, you know what? I don't like how he always just bitches and complains to the refs. That could have been a contributing factor. He should have won it, but I wonder if his antics on the court kind of kept people from giving him the right amount of first-place votes.
And then finally, let me get to a team that lost in the first round. Well, they've lost now 3 straight years in the first round, and that is the Clippers. James Harden, again, did not speak to the media the last 3 games of that series, but the president of basketball operations, Lawrence Frank, says they are staking their future to James Harden and Kawhi Leonard, keeping them together, saying, quote, I definitely believe in those two. Is that the right move?
It doesn't matter because Kawhi's going to ask out. If you saw his last press conference, he's weird, but that looked like a dude who was done with James Harden. I just will be surprised if they move forward with that duo. I don't know that they'll be allowed to. If I rep Kawhi, I'd be like, we're getting out of here. Yeah. You've got to get away from this bearded loser.
And for some reason, James Harden can just do no wrong. I don't get it. He doesn't bring you championships. He doesn't bring you playoff
Rico,
series.
He has lost 4 Game 7s with 4 different franchises, and he's been awful in all of them.
Right. But for some reason, you still want to back him. That may be your problem right there.
That is your NBA Fast Break.